The Corley family of Cumberland County decided to stay positive during COVID-19 and wrote a book called I Have a Lot to Say, with an emphasis on speaking positivity into the minds of children and to promote a space for children to express themselves while using their words effectively. Written by Caleb and Calvin Corley. This family is definitely what's good in South Jersey. So I got the Corley family here. Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Hey.
Man, y'all look like a handsome family. Man, all right, so listen, I'm excited about this book. I'm excited about just the intention behind the book. So tell me, what's the name of the book one more time?
I Have a Lot to Say.
Oh, okay. So I'm curious, who came up with that title?
Well, Caleb or my mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a collaboration.
Yes.
Gotcha. So I'm wondering, who had a lot to say between the four of y'all? Honestly. Okay. So what did you want to say? Oh, you ain't got a lot to say now, huh? That's okay. It just comes and it goes, you know?
Yeah.
It comes and it goes.
Right.
But let me ask mom and dad, a lot to say. What does that mean? What's behind? What do y'all want to say? What are your children trying to say?
Well, the book and what they have to say kind of came out of COVID and being in the house. All of our routines have been put on the back burner, and we had to come into this new routine. Most of the time we're home. We don't have that outlet that we normally would have with going to work or going to school. So Caleb, you know, being the youngest one, he will come up to all of us with so much to say. And sometimes parents will understand this. Sometimes when you're working from home and you have your kids coming to you with this and that, it can get a little frustrating, you know.
Oh, man.
Right? So we wanted to turn that into a positive. We wanted to turn it into a positive. So the storyline of the book is mainly geared towards Caleb having a lot to say. But what he had to say is important stuff to him, you know. And as parents, it's important to take that time, even though we're busy and we have so much to do, to hear our children out, to hear what they have to say. Because right now, kids need comfort. You know, again, COVID has disrupted their routine. They're not able to see their friends and go to school. So they need that sense of comfort. And they're able to seek that out by opening up their mouth and saying how they feel. So that's how we kind of came along with the title of I Have a Lot to Say.
Yeah, that's refreshing to hear parents say that you are receptive to hearing from your children, because it's horrible to think that children can get so ignored and lost in the shuffle so many times that, especially in a pandemic like this, you would think, okay, so what do we got to do to survive, you know? And then it's like, I ain't got time to hear somebody on your knee or on your lap, you know? It's like, what do you mean? I'm trying to figure this out over here. I ain't got time. But that's not the case here. That's good. I'm curious. That's Caleb. How old are you, Caleb?
6.
6? Man, I thought you was 12. All right, so he's 6 years old. Tell me a little bit about this thing, because it's inspired by you, and it's like, is there a main character? How many characters? Like, tell me a little bit about this story of the book.
So, I think there's 4 characters.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my mommy, me, and Dad. So, we mainly have me having a lot to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it mainly by me
Mm-hmm.
talking to others and sharing what I have to say.
So, yeah, like the title says, a lot to say. Okay, so if you can share, because I know I don't want to spoil it. It's like a favorite movie of mine, right? So I can't spoil the story, but at the same time, can you give me a little bit of what you had to say? Like, give me an example of what's a lot you had to say. Is it a lot you had to say at dinner time or something? Or is it a lot you had to say when you came home from school? Like, what's one of the things you had to say?
Well, I do ask for juice, snacks. I ask for everything.
Amen. Amen to that. Yes, snacks for everything. I agree. I approve that message. So, okay, Dad over there, I hear you. I see you over there, and you just nothing but smile. So, what happens when you hear that your son and your wife, in the middle of a pandemic, decide to make their own book? And it's like, yo, it's roughly based on what goes on within those walls. So, what's your take on that?
Yeah, I just appreciate their creativity. It's a really simple book. It's taken from a simple standpoint of, a child having a lot to say. And basically you just changing it around to make it something positive instead of saying, discarding the child or discouraging the child from talking. So for me, it's the second book of the household. My wife, she wrote one a few years ago. And now our children, they have one, and this is part of their legacy in that sense, which I'm proud of.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Because one thing about the legacy part is whenever you write a book or whenever you record music, you leave something in the earth. So it's kind of amazing that at the ages of 6 and 11, my two boys were able to leave something, behind. And it's also beautiful too, because they're able to see something from the beginning to coming to fruition as well. So they were there with their mom to talk about the book, and they were there to originate the idea and then write out the storyline. And then, we really had to check in with both of them. How does this look? So it really got them to see a project starting and then being able to continue, all the way into the end that, we had a book party where we were able to open the package and they could see the results of their work. So I'm not proud over here, man. But, really, it was a huge, to me, a huge teaching experience.
That's awesome. Wow. Okay. So you guys are a Cumberland County family. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this is extra special now because we here at Follow South Jersey, we represent most of South Jersey. But to have something like this, as positive as you guys are in your project, to be stomping around in our own backyard, because we're based right here in Cumberland County. So this is extra special.
Yeah.
And I'd be remiss if I did not acknowledge the second man of the house when the oldest son over here, my brother right here. What's your name?
Calvin.
Say that again. I'm sorry. I got bad ears.
Calvin.
Calvin. Okay. Cool Calvin. With the LSU on his chest. Let me ask you something, man. Does the main character first of all, you read the book? You read the book?
Yes.
Okay, so from your reading the book and living with the book, tell me something. Does the main character have a lot to face? Is there like obstacles that the main character has to face, or are things pretty easy for the main character to just get through?
Yeah, the main character has like one obstacle. It's being home, not being at school with his friends. COVID, for instance. And then he has to find a way to make, he talks to his friends on his laptop and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He does that. He explains what he does. But on every page, he's cracking jokes with his dad. He's going on the porch with his mom, reading the newspapers.
Uh-huh.
And then with me, we play games.
Okay. And how old are you?
11.
11. Dang, man. I thought you was my age. I'm in my 30s. Nah, but that's cool. That's you mature. You a whole man out here. That's cool. You got no hair on your face, but you a man out here. So I understand that there was a book signing that happened just last weekend, right?
Yes.
How many copies were signed? How was that experience as well for you guys as a family?
Oh, it was great. Because normally, if we were sending them, we would sign one.
Mm-hmm.
But then we signed, all the books that they bought, 2, 3. Well, I think 3 was a limit. I think they only did 3 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
At a time, yeah. At a time.
At a time.
Yeah. But I think we sold about 10, 15 books. But we had people come out, a lot of family support, a whole lot of family support was there, and then some good friends from the neighborhood. So it was just a good experience for them to sit at the table and have people come and sign a book. And Caleb was hilarious. We had a family member. He came and he said to him, "You can get 2 books for $20."
Talking to family though. He talking to family.
Staff to work. He's putting his staff to work. I said,
oh shoot. Yo, listen, that's all right. You know, he's trying to get that money for the family. That's all good. I understand that. So with a book, right? I'm curious now, without telling the ending, without giving it away. I'm curious. Are we going to see our main character on top? Or will they be better off than they started? Or will they be in somewhat of a gray area in the middle? Or will they be in the bottom? Without giving it away, for the ending, is there something for the readers to look forward to?
Well, in the ending, he goes to bed.
you don't want to give it away.
Okay.
That part.
No.
See, I took it from the perspective like a Christopher Nolan movie, because I'm like, oh, okay, Inception, you don't really know what happened at the instant. So I'm like, all right, so I'm going to give y'all like that type of respect. I'm like, all right, well, you know, how you going to end this thing right here? He said, oh, well, you know, he just going to end it. And I'm just like, okay.
Truth is, he does end up asleep. That is the truth.
Yeah, when kids are talking a lot, they wear themselves out, a little bit.
Amen. Yes, they do. I have it from firsthand experience with my.
But there's another aspect of the book, important part of the book. What was the part of the book you remember? What you wanted the kids to get out of it?
Well, there was one page that had.
You don't want to tell them. You don't want to give the book away. But what do you want the kids to get out of it? You remember?
Say kind words, like, and it's
kind words. You said kind words.
Yeah.
Kind words.
Yeah. But one thing, the last thing we need here is negative. That's the last thing the American wants to hear.
Okay, it sounded like you said something important, but I'm gonna need you to repeat that one more time. Say it again.
Yeah, America does not want to hear negativity, nothing negative.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. So the name of the book is called A Lot to Say, right?
Yeah.
So you're being mindful of what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're saying to me? Are you being conscious of what you put out in this world?
Well, the book, we wrote the book so kids could be positive and creative thinkers and positive thinkers.
Okay. So is that important to you to think positively? And if so, if that's important, why is that important to you?
So, like, they're thinking of something good, like, because in this time, a lot of people have a lot of their mind. Like, some people are at work, some people are at home doing work, and kids are at school. So we want to try to make something good out of my little brother. Like, his good personality.
So here's my question to you then, Mr. Calvin. If you are putting this out for others to think positively, are you thinking positively too in your own life?
Yes.
Because, it does get a little bit frustrating just being able to live in these times, but then you can't really do things like you used to now, especially with running around with one of these on your face and then having to go to school like that, the grocery store and stuff like that. So when you're told you can't go in a place without a mask, do you think positively? Like, you know what? I'm going in this store and I may not want to do all the things that they're asking me to, but I'm going to think positively so I can get through it, so I can get what I need to get, so I can get home at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when we go shopping for a long time, I make sure I want to jump on the couch when we get home. Like take the groceries in the house, put them away, and then jump on the couch.
Amen. I hear you on that. That's what I'm gonna do as soon as I get off, man. I'm gonna go jump on the couch and relax. So I'm curious, all of you guys, what kind of book is this? Are we dealing with like a chapter book? How many pages are in this book, by the way?
It's like 20 or
24.
24.
Okay,
Mhm.
so that's decent. I can do that. Okay, and then also, what type of like are we? I'm wondering, are we leaving anywhere? Like, is this somewhat of what kind of genre would you place it in?
It's a family book, more geared towards kids. Kids
Is that
ages.
the book right there?
Yeah, this is the book right here. I'm trying to.
Can I see? Yeah, put it up. Let's for the
You
world to
guys
see.
get to sit it down and turn it this way. Let's turn it.
Oh, look at the cover.
Can you see it clearly?
Yes, I can. Who
Because
made
the-
the pictures? Who drew the pictures?
So we hired someone to draw the pictures.
I was going to say, Caleb drew the pictures? Caleb like was going to say,
We kind of sketched out like a storyline and talked about it. And then I was able to contact a illustrator through Fiverr. And that's how they just kind of like drew the descriptions that was provided to them.
Wow.
The
Okay.
person did an amazing job. He did a really good job.
Yeah, it looks really good, actually. It looks very, 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 very illuminated and just very bright and clear. It's like, wow, it makes me want to read it. It looks really
Right.
good. So, when you get a chance and people have this in their hands at the end of the day, right? What is the intention behind the book, and what do you hope for people to go away with when they take that book home? What's the message? What's the centerpiece of it?
Yeah, we hope them to learn something from the book, like be positive, be creative, in the time of need. Because right now, people, they do their own thing. So we want to, well, not much of a force, but we want to spread positive things around places. Positive things.
I got you. From the book signing, and just how long? First of all, how long has this book been out?
It's been out 20 years.
20. Oh yeah, I remember coming up on that book. You're right. Yeah. 20 years, Jack and the Beanstalk, and then A Lot to Say. Yeah. I remember.
No, the book literally just came out we got it this month, but we started the pre-order the middle of last month.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just physically got them this month.
Got you. So now that it's come out and everything, I'm curious. Feedback that you've heard from people that have it. What are people saying?
Yeah, well, we have people, especially with younger kids, they're saying like they love it. It's relevant. Kids can follow the story. Kids can follow the storyline, like they can identify with it. So I think that's the most important thing, that kids are more engaged to reading when they're able to relate to the content in the book, the storyline.
Amen
And so
to that.
that's the feedback we've been getting. The kids love the illustration because, as you can see, the cover is bright and it's bright all through the book, so it's going to keep your attention.
Yes. Yeah.
The reading level for the book is like a second grade. I think the biggest word in the book is creative.
Yeah.
So we want you to read.
Yeah, and
I love it.
And just to add to that too, it's good for students of color to also see people in a book that look like them as well.
Yeah.
So we also want to be very intentional about that as well.
I'm curious, starting with Mom and going down the line, what was some of your favorite books coming up? If you had a favorite that was on this level. Like, for example, me, it was The Three Little Bears, Goldilocks and the Three Little Bears. So what about you, Mom? And then from Mom to Caleb, then to Calvin to Dad.
Oh, wow. Talking about my favorite book. favorite kids book.
Mhm.
I have a lot of them, but I love Dr. Seuss because I love rhyming.
Yeah.
So Dr. Seuss, his books are my favorite.
Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, sir. You there in the orange?
Yes.
So what was your favorite? What's one of your favorite books? Besides the one that you wrote.
I forget that part.
That's honest. Okay. I'll come back to you. What about you, Mr. Calvin? What you got?
Yeah, I think mine was Hot Rod Hamster, I think.
Ooh, what's that about?
That was about a hamster at a carnival, and I think the dog broke his leg before getting ready to drive a monster truck.
Mhm.
So the hamster took over and technically drove the truck, like the monster truck. And I don't know. I think it was May hurt himself, or like his friend was a dog. But I don't know about the mayor.
All right, I'll take it. Love it. Dad, what you got?
Isaiah, I can't even remember.
Oh man, I remember like it's yesterday.
You said a cat in the hat,
I'm
something.
trying hard to remember a book from back then. I would say it was probably like one of like the little fable books, like the Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf.
That's his book.
But yeah, that took me way back because I wasn't used to the Dr. Seuss books at all.
Yeah, I like that.
Got you. Okay. Oh man. Well, look.
Book.
Oh, you got a book, Caleb? You got a book?
Mm-hmm.
Which
Bad
one?
news, good news.
What's it called? Say it again. I didn't hear you.
Bad news, good news.
Mm-hmm.
So
What's that about? Tell me about that. What's that one about?
So when something happens, they'll say bad news. When something good happens, they'll say good news.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I remember those.
That's the whole book.
I remember that one. Wow, okay. That's a good choice. You got good taste there, Caleb. You too, Calvin. Okay, so tell me something. Where can we find this book? Like, we can't go out into, bookstores like that. Like we can go in there, but we can't sit. We can't sit and really read stuff. So where can people find your books so we can get these in people's homes? Where can we get them at?
Well, we have the book available. I have a link set up, and you just click the link. It's set up with Square Up or Squarespace, and people are buying it through there, or they email me, and I provide them with books as well. And the email address is hooraybooks@gmail.com.
Got you. So I'm gonna need that from you guys.
Yes, and
before we go, when we close out, okay?
Okay.
And this is a question for the parents, you too. A lot to say. With you guys parenting, and you have two young men, two future heads of the house, two future leaders. Yeah, that's right. It's real, man. It's very real. I want to know, what do you guys tell your sons about the power of manifesting with your words?
Yeah. Oh, you talking my language.
Yes.
But so I know before we wrote the book, we talked about it, like the name of the book, right? And, we teach them that there's power in your words. And so we wrote down the title of the book. So we used those words to put down a title. We wrote it down. So, and then we began to think of a storyline to go with that book. So what they learned with words is that if you take your words and you be creative with them and pursue them and write them and draw them, you can create a book. And then not only that, your words can become something that is tangible, something that people can walk around with and read, and it can have a positive influence on the people that are reading it. So it's like your thoughts are on paper, and people are being able to be impacted by when they read it, Yeah. So it's a beautiful thing for them to see words becoming tangible in a book.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb, push that out for me, man. Push that book out all the way out, just like that. Yeah. Yeah, we'll make sure everybody can see it.
There you go.
Oh man, I can't wait to get my hands on that book, man. I gotta read the best out of that. Well, I don't want to hold your Corley family too long, but I do want to thank you for coming on here and sharing this great project with me. And I'm glad that you're being so productive, even though pandemic is right outside your door and your window. And man, I just more power to you. I just want more power to you. God bless y'all. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you as
Appreciate
well. Thank you for having us and giving us this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.